On this day of the year 1873, Napoleon Bonaparte, the great emperor of France and one of its most famous men throughout history, died. He was excessively short, and afraid of cats. I do not mention this to disparage him, but rather to say that a person is by his mind, not by his height and width, and that there is no human being who does not fear something, and that courage is not to not be afraid, but rather to conceal our fears. Napoleon came from a poor family, and his father's greatest hope for him was to see him as a sailor. That is why he enrolled him in his childhood in a school to prepare sailors. But the boy who did not plow the seas colonized a large part of this land. He occupied countries in Europe, and his armies reached Egypt, and on the outskirts of Acre, Ahmed Pasha al-Jazir crushed the pride of the French emperor and returned him humiliated from where he came. And what many do not know is that Napoleon preceded Balfour by many years in giving a promise to the Jews to establish a national homeland for them in Palestine, and if he had won the Battle of Acre, they would have been there before Balfour was born. Napoleon was not just a conqueror, the truth be told, he was a statesman par excellence, and his civil laws that he established in France are in effect today in a quarter of the judicial systems in the world. During his invasion of Europe in 1809, his armies reached Austria, but the Austrian armies defeated him in the Battle of Aspern. When he felt defeated, he asked his officers to make the war intelligence before resuming the ball. The officers worked hard to find a spy, and finally they found an Austrian man who worked as a smuggler on the border. He provided them with all the information necessary to surprise the Austrian armies and defeat them in the Battle of Wagram. And when the spy came to collect the price of his betrayal, Napoleon threw a pile of money on the ground. The spy said to him, "I want to have the honor of shaking hands with the emperor." Napoleon said to him, "Gold is for the likes of you, but I do not shake hands with those who betray their homeland." This is the bitter story that we live. The strong castles do not fall except from the inside. Thank you for your time, like and subscribe for more.